What does it say that more people are interested in seeing what a porn star says about the president than a former FBI director? Is that a sad commentary on our society that we care a lot about Stormy Daniels' story, or that a former top intelligence officer who's been nothing short of corrupt, partisan, and malfeasant has lost the interest and trust of the American people? Let me pose a question to you. If you walked in on your husband watching porn and then looked beside him and saw the James Comey book, which one would you be more upset about? Not to get too preachy on the whole porn stuff, but they're both kind of gross. And they're both going to require some cleanup afterward, because Comey's book definitely makes me nauseous to the extent that I might puke. But let's talk about the interviewer and some of the ratings. Don't you find it ultra rich that George Stephanopoulos is the one who landed this interview, quite possibly the Clintons' strongest ally in the media? Now, he has a long history with the Clintons. He was communications director for the Bill Clinton campaign and then became senior advisor for policy and strategy. He was the de facto press secretary for Bill Clinton. And Stephanopoulos, who is part of the We Hate Trump camp, who is as big a hypocrite as any in the media. You remember what he said after the Monica Lewinsky scandal? That even though Bill Clinton had debased himself, that we shouldn't debase the office with an impulsive reaction, i.e. Bill Clinton resigning or being impeached. Yeah, how about that now, Steffi? It also should be noted that Stephanopoulos donated $75,000 to the Clinton Foundation, and even a former colleague of his on CNN's Reliable Sources back in 2015 said, "There's a coziness George cannot escape. While he did try to separate himself from his political background to become a journalist, he really isn't a journalist. And I am sorry that, again, the public trust in the media is being challenged and frayed because of the actions of some of the people in the business." Well, safe to say Stephanopoulos is no longer by himself on that island. Pretty much everyone in the media has become that, losing the public's trust because of their partisanship and their all-consuming hatred of this president. But that speaks volumes about the fact that George Stephanopoulos was granted the interview with Comey. Maybe that explains why so many people didn't watch. Did anyone expect him to actually press Comey on anything related to, I don't know, the Clinton investigation? Of course not. Did they expect him to blabber on and on about how he finds the president to be mentally unfit for the presidency? Yes. Absolutely. And maybe that's why less people watch the interview than the Country Music Awards or Roseanne or the Stormy Daniels interview and a whole host of other shows. The Stormy Daniels interview pulled in 22 million, 12.1 million people watched the CMAs, and only 9.8 million people watched the James Comey interview. It's also 10 million people less than the amount who watched Comey's testimony before the Senate Intelligence Committee last summer. So apparently people are more interested in seeing James Comey pressed by Congress than a hack faux journalist. Makes perfect sense. So are people just losing interest in general, as in losing interest in the current news cycle? Practically every major network has seen a decline in viewership. And now that people are paying less taxes and seeing higher paychecks and more people are back to work, are people just, I don't know, downright fed up with the constant negativity in the news? I know I am. I have to balance my diet of staying informed politically with watching shows that have nothing to do with politics. I never used to watch cooking shows or Hallmark movies, but dang, they do a really good job of taking my mind off of the current climate. And I doubt that I'm the only one feeling that way. So what say you? Are you tired of the same stories rehashed over and over again by the big media networks? Let us know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'm Amanda Head for The Rebel. If you enjoyed my commentary and want to hear more from all of us here at The Rebel, subscribe to our premium content at www.therebel.media/shows, and make sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter for all of our latest news. Also, download our new app for The Rebel Media on the App Store. It's very quick and easy. You'll have access to all of our latest videos and your favorite Rebel shows. Thanks for watching. I'm Amanda Head for The Rebel.